Let's take another call right now. Let's talk to Carrie from Arizona. Carrie, did you have a story to tell or a question to ask?
I have a question to ask. In Arizona, the lawyer that my daughter was appointed to for her son told us that we need to bow down to CPS because we have to prove what they're accusing to us. We have to prove that it didn't happen. They don't have to prove it happened. You understand what I'm saying?
I do. Some attorneys take that strategy. I don't, but go ahead.
And April 29th, my grandson was had been all morning with my sister and my daughter. They go out and deliver food boxes to people here in the area. And they went down and ate breakfast and everything. And she come home, got him dressed, and was going to go to the store with one of her friends.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, he started acting real lethargic.
The baby?
So, yes.
Okay.
And so we took him down. My husband's a firefighter, EMT for the Coolidge Fire Department.
Okay.
And he was out of town on a fishing trip. So he said, go down to the station and have them look him over. So she took him down to the station. And they said, well, he just looks like he's really tired, but, his chest sounds a little raspy. Take him out, get him checked out. We go through the Indian Health Services in Sacramento because we're Native American. And so she took him out there, and the first thing they did was give him Narcan because they said he was unresponsive.
Okay.
He wasn't passed out. He never got to the point where he was passed out.
Mm-hmm.
So they shot him with Narcan. He didn't react to it. And so they knew that they assumed that he was on some kind of drug or got a hold of some kind of drug. And so she stripped all his clothes off, and they gave him another shot of Narcan, and he responded. They did urine tests and everything and said that everything was negative. But they were accusing her of him getting a hold of drugs. So from that night on, we've had CPS on us. My sister, which is a retired, became the safety plan person, which they had to move out of my house, which they lived since he was born. She's lived with me all her life. She's an epileptic person, but she feels safe at our house because her dad's an EMT, and if something were to go wrong, she had people there to help. We're a real tight-knit family. All my sisters live in town. My mom and dad lives in town. His mom and dad lives in town. We grew up here in town. And we were told, CPS came to my house, inspected my house, didn't find anything, but they were mad because the Coolidge Police Department didn't come the night before at 8 o'clock and raid my house. But when the police department talked to my daughter, and they said there was minute trace because they had to go to Phoenix Children's Hospital, and they did toxicology test. Said there was a minute trace of fentanyl in his system. Well, the baby's biological father, can I get cutters off? Not this. Had him. That was this weekend to have him because she's got joint custody with full decision making. We've already been to court for all that. And he picked him up Friday, had him for the weekend, and brought him home on Sunday. And Monday, after he brought him home on Sunday, Monday this happened. And he's not the best guy. He does drugs and everything else. So they tested her urine and his urine and hair follicles. her urine and hair was clean. His urine was clean, but his hair follicle come up with no. But they're saying he ingested it at my house because that was the last place she was. So they removed both of them from my home, put them in my sister's home with a safety plan, and we can't go over there. She's put in to have people to relieve her because she has doctor's appointments and stuff. They have yet to clear anybody to relieve her. And they've been living with her since May.
Since May? Have you guys been to court yet?
We go the 20th of July to, we did our preliminary.
Okay, hold on a second, Carrie. I asked you a question. Have you been to court yet? Yes or no?
20th of July.
That's your first time?
That will be our first time. We did a preliminary where we were like on Zoom and they discussed everything, but I was not able to say anything. My husband was not able to say anything. The only people that got to say anything was my daughter.
That sounds like a court hearing you went to.
It might have been. I don't know. Yeah. It was a Zoom.
Was your daughter have an attorney?
Yes, from Red Mountain Law.
Okay.
Well, she doesn't, but Curtis does. Her son.
Okay, but your daughter is the mother, right?
Right.
Okay, she's supposed to have an attorney, right?
They're telling me, I don't have my court dockets because I'm out eating right now, but they're saying in the court docket they're getting her for neglect because they found the fentanyl in her care.
Okay, but Gary, what I'm trying to ask you is if your daughter has an attorney. If you don't know, that's fine, but you should make
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, you should make sure that she talks to an attorney and that she explains her position to the attorney and that the attorney, develops some kind of strategy that it can implement at the next hearing.
Well, his name is Daniel.
Oh, no. We don't do names.
Okay.
All right. You don't have to tell me the name. I gave you the plan.
Okay.
All right. So do you think you can implement that plan for me?
To get an attorney?
To talk to the attorney. Inform the attorney.
To the attorney that is handling her case and her son's case that was appointed to her by court.
Okay.
And he told us, you don't want to mess with Child Protective Services because they're always right. And no matter what you say, you have to prove that wasn't there.
Okay, well, Elizabeth and I are both licensed attorneys in California. You're in Arizona. I don't know if the law is different. I'd be surprised if it was, but in California, they have to prove everything against you, not the other way around.
No, that's not what this attorney, he told us to just be nice, write it out. They're not really looking at you. They're looking at the dad because he had the fentanyl positive, but I still can't see my grandson. I can't even go to my sister's house.
Well, if you were in California, you could file some type of petition to get grandparents' visitation. Maybe you can get your own attorney there in Arizona who could represent you and talk to you about, getting some type of visitation or even custody. Hey, Carrie, we got to take our break at the top of the hour. I want to thank you for calling. Thank you for listening. Call us back in about 3 or 4 weeks. Let us know what's going on. This is The Secret, How to Fight CPS and Win. We'll be back after the news and these messages.